Hi everyone, my name is Kavya. I'm one of the lead international student ambassadors, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the on campus jobs. Um, so, let's first talk about what qualifies as an on campus job. So, these jobs include any jobs that will be on the school premises or affiliated through the school, if they're off campus locations options. So, work that takes place at your school location could be for an on campus commercial business, bookstore, cafeteria, as long as the work directly provides services. So, you cannot be working, let's say, for a Starbucks or McDonald's, anything that categorizes as something that's not part of the campus. Is not considered to be an on campus job, and international students cannot be applying for it. This also includes something like construction work because it doesn't directly serve the students. Um, the other place you can apply for on campus jobs is educationally affiliated off campus location. In our case, I don't think we have any, but just for information, this is good to know. So there's two kinds of on-campus jobs that you can do. One is the work-study job and the other is the non-work-study job. So work-study is a federal program that allows on-campus and select off-campus employers to hire students. Um, to qualify for work-study, you should reach out to the financial aid office. If you qualify for work studies, some students who are instance, let's say residence hall assistants or Bonner scholars, might not be eligible for work study positions. So this is something that you should talk to financial aid office when you get here, whether you qualify for a work study. And then there are other non-work study positions on campus that are not federally funded and are paid directly from the budget of the department. So, for instance, us working as an international student ambassador is also a non-work study position because we get paid for it. Now, for a work study position, there are certain guidelines and paperwork that you need to fill out as an F1 student. So you cannot work more than 20 hours a week during the semester and 40 hours a week during the summer. Also keep in mind, in terms of off-campus job, you cannot do it even an internship, um, uh, as long as you haven't completed 1 year on your F1 visa. So the sum of the required paperwork for a work study position is your work study application, which would obviously include whatever application given, your employment letter and stuff, federal and state withholding tax forms, I-9 required verification of citizenship, and then some of the required documents, which is your DEPA ID, and a non-picture ID, which is generally a social security card. So, which is why students apply for a social security card when they want to do the work. And to get more information about how the process for SSN goes, there's another video that we have created. Please go and check that out. So these are some of the examples of the work study positions. Our student employment wage rate is 7.25 per hour. Some positions might pay you more or less, not less, more depending on the kind of work you're doing. So for instance, ITAP pays you 8.5 dollars per hour, and then some different positions might also pay you more. So these job include basically anybody could be applying for most of these positions. So for instance, library front desk job, academic resource center front desk job, hub center front desk, working at the gym, office assistant for different departments. So you'll be doing the kind of work that your chair might ask you for that department. Working at the post office, working at campus activities, working as a CDI intern, ID help desk, working as a tour guide. So there's a lot of different positions. These are just like some positions that I've listed, but there's a ton more, and we can get into more into how you can find these positions and how you can apply for them. So how do you find work study positions? One of the good ways that we can find them is on Handshake. So you can sign up into Handshake using your Depot e-services credentials. You can update your profile, and then in the job section, you can filter with on campus. We'll see what that looks like. You can apply externally and then email your supervisor with your resume about the position that you're applying for. So, for instance, this is what, after I signed into Handshake, my dashboard looks like. My profile has been updated. To get more information about how you can develop a profile, please reach out to Hubbard Center. It's kind of like LinkedIn, but it's a little more niche, and you can find on campus jobs on Handshake as well. So, in the job section, as you can see in the in the top taskbar, you can see the job section. When you go to the job section and you click on campus, you can see a number of on campus jobs that are available, and you can apply through it by clicking on the apply button. One thing that I would note is, for these positions, you might want to just reach out to the supervisors. So for the librarians, you want to reach out to them and get their information. You can find all of this information on DePau's website as well. So some of these jobs are posted on Handshake. Our advice is not to just apply on Handshake, but actually get in touch with supervisor, so it's easier for them to know that you actually applied for a certain position. Now, the other way to find work study positions is through e-services. On your e-services dashboard, you will, in the campus life section, you will see student employment and work study. When you click on that, you will be taken to something that looks like this. For me, obviously you're not assigned a current work study for now. Because I'll be working on campus. But this is what it's going to look like for you. And then you can go on view all positions. When you go to view all positions, you can put down keyword, department, building, and location, or you can directly go to search. You don't need to put down anything, and it will show you all of the work study positions that have been listed. Currently, there are not any positions listed, just because we're just starting out the semester, so you might be able to see them more opening up later on. But just to be a lot more proactive, if you feel like you've seen a job on campus, you've talked to an upperclassman about it, please reach out to them and talk to them about who's a supervisor and how you can apply for this job. The other way you can do is, you can also go on LinkedIn, look for a certain position that you might be interested in, and see if an upperclassman has already applied for it, is working at it, and then reach out to them through it. Um, the like I said, the other way you can find is talking to supervisors such as the Alumni Engagement Office, Hubbard Center, Center for Spiritual Life, and Welch Fitness Center. Um, Then there are other non-work study positions. These positions can be taken by any students on campus, even those who don't qualify for work study positions. To find out if you qualify for work study positions, please reach out to financial aid office. These positions are generally stipend-based jobs, but it doesn't necessarily mean they would be. So working as an international student ambassador, working as a mentor, working at the Hillman intern, being an RA or a D3 TV producer, there are tons of these jobs that you can apply for that have an extensive application process. And it may change depending on what kind of position you're applying for. So a Hillman intern program, for instance, has a very different application process than the sustainability program intern. And generally, a lot of these positions also open up in the March, April time. So, and towards the beginning of spring semester. So, you might want to look into and look out for some of these positions. I think that's mostly about it. To get more information, we will also be doing a very extensive session on campus jobs, the requirements you might need, what have been the experiences of ambassadors in the past, and so you can gather more information. For now, I would say that look out for jobs on Handshake. Talk to your ambassadors, talk to upperclassmen about what on-campus jobs they've done in the past and what particularly pertains to that. And yeah, please reach out to us. So thank you so much.